Hey guys, it's your boy 80 Boys here back with another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be drawing characters for each country from scratch. So let's get into the video. So to start off, we're gonna make a draft of the character, then we're also gonna make sure we implement the flag color, and then finally we're gonna make sure that we make it in a dynamic pose. So for the countries I'm gonna be drawing today, I'm gonna be drawing Egypt and India. So let's get this started. And you should definitely stick around because the final result is really gonna shock you. So basically what I started off with was the draft for the Indian character. So mainly what I wanted to go for was like a male character originally, but I really thought about it because I've watched some like Indian series and movie, and typically they try to portray like women empowerment. So I just decided to go with a female character. But actually, when I went with the design, firstly I wanted to go with like somewhat like a magic vibe or draw it based on one of like their gods or something like that. But eventually just went like with a basic simple design because I didn't really want to overcomplicate things. But maybe like for another country's design, I'll basically like maybe add more detail to it. But I really went simple with it because I don't really know the name of their like clothing, but I know like they have one that is a sari. But with this I just went with something basic and feel like one with like the like upper shirt and like the baggy trouser. That is what I went with. Here you can see me like drawing the pose because basically what I did, I designed the character's face and the clothes they are going to wear and the pose. And here we can see the results of the draft. And next up we have the Egyptian character. So mainly for this, when I went on Pinterest to search like some reference of like Egypt attire, I saw many like easy simple designs for it, so it wasn't really that hard to do. Just went with something basic. And yeah, maybe probably for the next ones I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add like something maybe from their history or something like that, or maybe like a weapon. So maybe in case after I'm done with like this series, I could turn it into a like action manga or something like that. Because yeah, basically this is a series of me drawing every country. So probably the next one I'm gonna do is maybe the countries that you guys comment down below in the comment section, or maybe I'll just choose one random country to draw. But for this one I just went with something like a turban because I searched some reference on Pinterest because I saw actually many clothes, I saw some armors and dress, but still went with a more simple design. And as you can see here, I just drew like the basic pose and then drew his face in like a side view, and this one actually wasn't really hard for me to do. And yeah, just went with something simple and just giving like a little like beard there. But yeah, it isn't that clear maybe due to the camera angle. But yeah, just went with something basic. And eventually, because I said it at the beginning of the video that I was going to implement the flag color, you can just see me writing down where the colors are going to go. And here you can see the results of the draft. And next up we should probably see, yeah, this is me starting the actual like final drawing and sketches. So mainly originally what I wanted to do like a separate illustration like for both of the character, like a separate illustration for India and a separate illustration for Egypt. But yeah, I then decided to go with like just drawing both of them on a page in like a cool pose because it would definitely look more cooler with both of them on the page. But like for the Indian character, I eventually like changed something from a character design because originally when I drew a character design like the draft, when I drew it I didn't like make her face like longish in a way. But when I eventually started the final illustration, then I decided to make it like more like longish. Well, for both of the country generally, the one I would say like mainly that I've actually like seen some things about was India because I've watched some of the movies. And yeah, I can mention maybe some of them. I can mention I've watched Bang Bang Entertainment, and yeah, some of the series I've watched it. But for Egypt I'm not actually sure I've watched anything on it. But yeah, we all know the story about Pharaoh and Moses. Yeah, they're just basic like history stuff that like I would say everyone knows. But yeah, and another thing I tried to do here was like to implement like some elements from their flags, because like for Egypt on the flag there was like a like golden eagle design, while for Indian it was like a circle like pattern on it. But yeah, for Egypt eventually I didn't add it. But here we have like the inches step, and as you can see, I went in with my micro Sakura micron pen. This is a 0.3, and yeah, for the inking process, it really gave me stress. Is I basically drew most of the details during the sketch phase, so I didn't add any additional detail, and I added in like I don't actually know what they call this, but like it's a type of jewelry that like some Indian women put on their head. So I don't know what the name's actually called, but some of you guys that know it can just comment name down below because I don't actually know that. And yeah, like on our tie, I actually put like the Indian logo like during the sketch phase, so I actually added that in. But yeah, the eagle, as I said, I didn't add it in. But yeah, now that I look at it, the arm, like I would say, like left arm came out a little bit weird. But yeah, we win some, we lose some, and we keep on practicing. But generally, like our character design, it came out well. And basically, why I don't really have a particular reason for like choosing India in particular, but I just choose it like randomly because I wanted to go with like two basic countries. Originally, I thought of going with like maybe America and another type of country, since mainly people, most people know those countries. But yeah, particularly, I wouldn't say like most people don't know India or Egypt because these are countries that I would say, yeah, typically most people know that, especially India. Most people know India countries. And here you can see me inking out the Egypt guy. And actually, his own was actually fun because I haven't drawn any character before with this turban, so it was practically my first time. And like I really tried to like get the angle and make it look like as cool as possible, and make him in a type of like aura farming pose, the way that it would look really cool. Because in a way, when I did the sketch, it looked more like, let me say, like a chef, like a chef's cap than maybe like, I don't even actually know if the name is turban or something like that. I just went in it. But like for like the cap that is wearing is it, when I saw the reference of like that I took to actually draw this, like the cap and like the ropes that are coming down like actually merged with the clothes in the image. So I looked at it for a while and actually said what the, whether if it's not actually like accurate, but it actually makes sense for cool design. So I don't know if actually drew that correct, but yeah, I just drew this, then I added in some baggy pants. But for the reference that I saw, I didn't really see like the reference with baggy pants. Next up, we have the coloring. So for the colors, as I said, I was going to implement like actually like their flag color in a way, but I eventually went in like to make their actual clothes that they were wearing like the actual country like flag. So for the India, I just drew her like, yeah, I just made the like top clothes orange and like green for the baggy pants. Then like for the like designs on the like arm and like the chest part of her clothes, I made it like white so that to implement like the main flag color. And yeah, I actually spent like quite a while like on the face because I actually wanted to make it look more like realistic, as you can see. Meanwhile, like for her skin color, I went like more like brownish because I actually know like there any ethnicity like brown, white. I've seen like, yeah, I've seen things like that, but I actually went like brownish as to not make it like that. Yeah, I would have probably just went with white, but this like just felt right at the moment since I was just going off of references that I was searching off of Pinterest. While for the Egyptian guy, I just went with like a little bit lighter brown, but it was still like brownish in a way. And for eyes, I just went with like orange. I wanted to do like basic like eye color like darkish brown, but yeah, I just went with something that would pop out a little bit in case. But yeah, generally, if like I would turn like these characters into a manga, I would definitely like redesign some of them. Like, yeah, because in a way, if you are actually making a character design and you make like the character design over detailed, some of them you probably like would stress out like actually redrawing them. You need put like too much like details on the character. And here you can actually see me going for the hair, and like probably the way I do this like hair, like the way I colored it, I'm not actually sure I've done something like this on the character because it looks like realistic in a way. I don't know actually know for you guys, but to me it looks like I do it realistic in a way. And here you can see me like drawing the arm shadows. But yeah, for actual design, I actually pondered on like adding like some of like their like goddess. Like if I would actually make her like for action manga, I'd probably like make something like, because I've seen like some of like their gods or something like that with like elephants and maybe like 6 arms and something like that. So and like spears. So maybe I'll add like weapon for her. And I'm not actually sure about the arms thing, but yeah, her weapon will definitely be a spear, and maybe the arms would be like, maybe if she activated a power, that would definitely make sense as like a cool power. And yeah, and actually like for the coloring in general, like definitely I would say like my coloring technique has actually improved with the pencil color, because as I said in like probably like some of my most recent videos, I told you guys I was practicing like how to like color better with color pencils. And yeah, I'm definitely thinking about even buying some markers probably, because yeah, mixing color pencil and markers would definitely go well. But yeah, I'm still practicing and learning more how to use color pencil, but it has definitely improved, and I can definitely see the difference between my current illustration and the one I did in the past. Here we can see the scarf. For the scarf, I just went with the green color in the file, because as I said, I would do like the shirt orange, then the scarf green, and the baggy pants too green. Then like for the designs, then I would just leave those like plain there, maybe add some white in it. Because you can see here, I just went in with like some greenish shadows. And another thing I saw that I probably made a mistake on this illustration was like I really like maybe specify like where the light was coming from. I just basically just colored it and just added in where the light come from. And as you can see here, I added in like that country like logo on the flag. I don't actually know what that stands for, but yeah, then in that like design in it, but it isn't really that accurate, because when I went in to do it, I didn't really check it. I just just did it out of the blue, like off it. Then when I was done with it, then I looked at it and I regretted. I probably should have just looked at the reference before I went in. But here we have started off with the I don't even want to Egyptian guy. And here, as I said, I made like his skin tones really like came out great to me, because yeah, basically I really want to make like both of them the same skin tone. And for Egypt, I was really confused on what to do, because the flag is actually red, black, and orange. So I tried to do like a black robe eventually, but I saw like a red robe will really like be more unique than a black robe. So I just went with a red robe. I don't actually know if they call this robe. So yeah, guys, you guys should probably just correct me in the comment section, because I didn't do that more detailed research on this. I just searched up reference for like Egyptian attire, but yeah, for the next one, I'm definitely gonna go more in depth with it. Then I just did like a black like his inner wear for like the I don't even actually know if I should continue calling it robe, but let's just say his inner wear for the robe. I just went with it like a blackish color. Then like the for the designs, I just left them like whitish. Like for those ropes on the cap, or should I even say turban, like I just left them like that, so we should like whitish, so that should be red, black, and white. I basically implemented this. I've made it to the ending of the video, so if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.